currently just doing a test. If you're curious. Let's go to testing console, streaming and so forth.
So 来なくちゃね。
Not keen on the really no. I'm pretty sure you can turn that off. Because quite frankly, it looks awful. Nope. Huh. Maybe you've got to turn it off elsewhere. Certainly not here. Because I've got to say, what they've done to the graphics it looks like the frame rate's actually fine, from what I can see. I'm not seeing any massive frame rate drops on this side. I'd say audio should be fine now. You know what, I can't play this game with a 4-button pad. I just can't. It's really hard to do. I've played this game so much on the Saturn with a 6-button pad, and it had to be on the 360, didn't it? Good luck finding a decent 6-button pad on the 360. And good lord. Stupid things incompatible with everything. I'm very surprised that it's still too low. There we go. I've put it down to virtually nothing. There's no way it should be too loud now. It's like on 2%. Because I don't know where you are relative to the stream. It didn't seem to be dropping frames or anything, which is good. So, what I would hope for. I'm not even watching this. I've played this stage so much on the Saturn that I don't even have to look at the screen to beat it. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's kind of scary, really. Except I don't know half the controls on the 360 version because they changed everything. Alright, that's magic, okay. Not that magic really matters when you're playing Han anyway, but I'm very, very surprised that it's quiet. Very surprised. Let's... I can lower the levels on the capture module. Let's try that. Yeah, that should be quieter. I'd be really surprised if it was too loud now. Like on this, according to this, it's barely registering. Yeah, clarity seems to be fine. It's good. Good, good. I have all the consoles. How do you not know this? I've said it about 5,000 times. I have every console, obviously. I just don't use them for recording, generally speaking. The fact that there's actually a skip button in this is wonderful, because some of the dialogue goes on for way too long. Yeah, Guardian Heroes is just an incredible game. The main problem I've got with it is that, as I say, I can't get used to the 4-button controls. Because I'm too used to playing it on Sega Saturn, the original version. This is the game probably I played most on Saturn as opposed to anything else. Anyway, this was just for the case of testing. Because later on, I'm going to be playing... hopefully, at any rate. That. I've got a early copy of it. Yes, I am authorized to stream it before you even ask. Don't even say, it's gonna get sued. No, I'm not. Needless to say, I'm already authorized through Square and through Twitch to actually do this. But, oh, there's a 20 meg update. Well, I guess I'm downloading that then. Anyway, I found the idea of doing a stupidly long WTF is of a really stupidly long RPG to be kind of appealing. Which, it's not something that I usually do because it's dumb, but every now and then it's quite nice to do something dumb. So, I was thinking of doing like a 3 to 4 hour WTF is of Final Fantasy XIII-2. Yeah, I'm quite impressed, actually, as you pointed out in the chat, that this game isn't actually even out yet in the EU. It's just been released in the US. It's not out in the EU yet. Don't know why there's 3,000 people already tuned in. We're not ready to start yet, but yeah, it has got an update for it already, so there you go. Including the cutscenes. I guess probably. I think cutting the cutscenes out is probably a terrible idea, so in reality we'll have about 20 minutes of gameplay, most likely. Funnily enough, this actually came with a review guide. As, like, I don't really do any console reviews, as you're probably well aware, but I do get sent console games every now and again. It's like, hey, would you like to do this? And usually the answer is no. And they just sort of sit there on the shelf. But this one comes with a review guide, along with a lot of the things. This is 28 pages long, as you can probably hear in the background, explaining every system. And I read this, and I am just... my mind, it breaks. I don't even know. I do not even know. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the spams because I'm going to just disconnect from Xbox Live. I don't play online anyway, so having my gamer tag is absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. But yeah, it's got a whole bunch of really dumbass systems. Oh, here we go. Wants to be your friend. I don't want to be your freaking friend. Why would I? Good lord. It's like, hey, random guys, want to be your friend? No. Good lord. Apparently there's a way to lock this, so I'm going to do that for a second. I'm just going to switch over to this. Yeah, there's probably a way to lock the list. I'm not really sure how you do that. Or I could just sign out of Xbox Live entirely. That's easy enough to do. Because again, I never play online games on my console anyway, so it doesn't even matter. This shows how much I use the 360 because I have no idea what to do. I updated it today and it completely changed the UI. Like, I don't even understand what the hell's going on. Yeah, I fixed XSplit. It took a while. Again, XSplit is like a jealous woman. Right. Yeah, I can appear offline. I don't know how it works. I have no idea, but what I can do, very simply, is just to disconnect my internet from it. Because it's updated. You don't need to be online for this. So I might as well, yes, exit the current session, find my settings and turn it off. And then never turn it on again. Network settings. There you go. Revealing all of this is irrelevant. Disconnect. Disconnected from Xbox Live. Then play. Done. There you go. Can never be harassed ever again. I suppose it's a good job that I don't play online on the 360, really. Alright, switch over to this overlay. Just gonna leave this running to check frame rate and stuff. Should be alright, I think. Also, in case of checking audio levels, I need to know if you guys can actually hear this clearly. I'll put subtitles on for cutscenes and things and try and maybe... if possible, I'll try and muck with the levels while I'm doing so. We'll see. See how it works. What? You can't hear any sound from the game? What? Alright, hang on. Maybe it's just now too low. You're probably going to get deafened now, by the way. Just want to let you know that. £50 says you're getting deafened. Okay, so the frame rate seems to be alright. It's not dropping frames. Good. Excellent, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, according to this, has actually not dropped a single frame, which is fairly impressive. I genuinely expected it to do something stupid, but there you go. Yeah, that's fine, I'll adjust it. Stays on that screen. Alright, I'm going to switch over to component, which basically this is going to allow me to view the game full screen without the couple of seconds of video lag that you guys can see. But that's not going to affect it anyway. I just need to be able to play the game properly. If that doesn't break, which doesn't good, so that's... Alright, now this is confusing as hell. I've got the game running on 2 screens right now. I've got my main component display, which is like this, and then I've got the capture display on the other one. This looks bizarre and is really confusing, and I shouldn't pay attention because there's a difference between the two. Oh well, never mind. Cool, that works. Great, everything is actually working. Well, the FMV's really good. Is anyone really surprised by that? Probably not. Aside from that, though, I don't even know what to expect because Final Fantasy XIII isn't even a game I play. All I know is the cutscenes are always awesome, and that's about it. I've been reading the review guide, and I'll talk to you a little bit about it. Yep, I've knocked the levels down again, so that should sort it out. Check, check, levels 1, 2, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. You want it even lower than that? Good lord. I can do it, certainly. I'll knock a couple of percentage off it down to like 26. There we go, try it now. What do you reckon now? Funnily enough, the review guide actually doesn't mention a single bug. I've read the whole thing, and there is nothing about that. And it's been there before. Yeah, it probably will be. Again, this is something that I'm sorting out before I actually start the stream. This is why I'm here right now. Let's have a look. Alright, so that works fine. The problem is I can't run it through any kind of compression, because it'll go out of sync if I do, so it's going to be tricky to modify it, but yeah, it should be alright. I can figure it out as we go. But yeah, the review guide doesn't mention any bugs, and funnily enough, some of them do. It's like, you should ignore this. Some of them actually do try and direct your review. This is actually very honest. This guide actually just tells me everything about the systems of the game. Like, it tells me all of the new features, it tells me how battles work, it tells me about time travel, it tells me the characters, it tells me that there's a frickin' Moogle, it tells me that the Moogle is integral to the game mechanics, if you can believe that. It tells me you can recruit monsters. This is nice, because that means I don't have to bring any annoying bastards along with me, which tends to be the case in a Final Fantasy game. I hate everybody. Like, is there a character in this game that I like? No! No, there isn't. Reminds me when I played Final Fantasy X. Is there a single likable character here? Yes, Auron. Anyone else? No. Everyone else is a twat. Yeah. But yeah, you can replace the characters with monsters instead, which sounds like a good idea. So I picked the one that I don't hate, and then replace the rest with monsters. But yeah, Moogle functions, the Mog Clock, the Moogle Hunt. It reveals items that are hidden in time. The Moogle Throw. You can throw the annoying little twat over the other side of the map to get items. I think I'll be doing that frequently. It's a little bit cathartic. Apparently I'm clipping. Yeah, actually I am. You're right. Spiking a little bit too high there. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that shouldn't clip now. I'll most likely need to reduce game volume now to compensate for that. Let's knock it down to about 21. Okay, so we can up that a little bit then. It would be nice if the levels in XSplit were actually indicative of real levels, but they're not, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, nobody really cares about spoiling Final Fantasy X. That game was like 5 years ago. I think you probably figured it out by now. Japanese audio and English subs? That is a good question. I do not know. Let's find out. Let us find out. This is the PAL European version of the game, which I say is out in 3 days in Europe. Let's see under settings if it actually has that ability. It probably doesn't, if I'm honest. Well, straight up nope at the moment. Extras... Gamer pictures. Nope. No Japanese audio. So, that probably means me taking the piss out of bad voice acting for 4 hours. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be very cathartic. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing. You can have subtitles on, which, as you can see, I have already enabled, but there is no Japanese audio. That's fine. I can take the mic. It's all good. Alright, anyway. I'm supposed to be starting in about 10 minutes. I'm going to just leave this running while I get myself sorted out. So I'm going to be doing this for like 5 million hours then. I'd like to actually be prepared. I need to get my Lucasade and stock up and make sure. But yeah, I can make adjustments. I think everything should be alright. I just want to make sure that... Because you're probably going to... If I put this in the window, yeah, you're going to see that. I'm just trying to shrink this window down so I can fit it in outside of the range. Yes, I can. Cool. This will allow me to adjust the game audio volume while I'm actually in-game. Cool, you can't see that. That's excellent. As you can see, I'm doing a screen region capture because the homepage HD PVR is not properly supported by XSplit yet. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but hey. Okay, I'm just going to leave this on, because as I say, I've got to get sorted out, and I'll be back at the top of the hour. There